Welcome everyone, Simon here from the Whales of Wall Street. We are looking at Elrond here today, EGLD on the exchange. Before we go to the chart, let's look at a few updates on the awesome powerhouse of a blockchain, Elrond. So guys, one of the key aspects over the last few days was the Maiar, can't remember how it's said, but their DEX platform is launching in November. That's a confirmation certainly from Radu, head of technology at Elrond. So really excited to see that development, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of the key aspects that maybe pushes us, not necessarily at this particular point in time, across that previous all-time high of $303 I think we had a few weeks ago. So we've got a bit of time for that to happen, this launch. I'm hoping that we go past that all-time high before then, but we'll have to see. But I certainly think that if we don't, then this could be something that maybe pushes it on as the awareness builds up of this, and also just the general development of the blockchain is absolutely phenomenal. It's one of our favorite bags here at Whales of Wall Street. Get my words right there. So yeah, it's very much something that we've been absolutely fascinated by since the beginning of when we started investing and everything. I think we bagged most of our Elrond around that $18 to $25 mark. So, absolutely fantastic gains so far. I think there's plenty left in the tank for Elrond in the next few months as well. So yeah, very interesting to see the development of that. And then a couple of other things. So actually, Binance have launched a few staking opportunities. So this 55.49% APY one, I believe was around a 10-day staking, but I can't find it. So I have a feeling that's possibly taken. But usually I'm pretty sure with Binance, they usually show you, at least even if it's like not available, they at least still show it as a hidden thing. But there we go. But these are the three available other options that are on here. So obviously 90 days, 60 day. Just bear in mind when you're staking, the pros and cons. Obviously the pros being that the money does the work for you and you get rewarded. A con may be that as we're approaching bull runs, you may want to all of a sudden panic and get that back onto the exchange as soon as possible to make some trades. Sometimes you get what they call like lock-in periods. So if you decide to stop staking, all of a sudden you might lose rewards or an element of it, but also it might take a day or two potentially to bring those rewards back. And I'll have to look into it properly, but for me on the Elrond wallet, I think I had to wait like 10 days or something for my Elrond to be undelegated. I'm not sure if that's the same principle as it is with Binance directly, of course, but I'll have to look into that a bit more detail. But if you do know, actually, just chuck it in the comments and that'll help everyone out, including myself, of course. So yeah, appreciate it if anyone does know that. So that's absolutely fantastic. That obviously happened a few days back now. We haven't done an Elrond video for a couple of weeks. And it's quite amazing how much happens in that short space of time. It really is amazing. But yeah, that's obviously fantastic news for holders. If you're not fussed about selling or anything like that in the immediate future, then of course staking is always a great option anytime throughout your investing period. So that was one of the updates. And the final one here. So this is crazy. So Bloktopia, if my processor allows it, is a massive kind of skyscraper in the virtual world. 21 stories high, I think, and that equates to something around Bitcoin's 21 billion supply or whatever that is. And generally you can basically walk around this. There's multiple layers, multiple stores to go in, companies to go and visit, and Elrond being one of them. And Elrond have actually got a position in layer 1, which I believe means that is one of the places where people spawn to. So when you start up the game for the first time, or I think if you just generally come back to the game after you've been away or whatever, Elrond obviously has a great position there. So it's fantastic for their awareness. There's an earning aspect to this Bloktopia world, sorry. But look at all this advertising and all this. I did see a BitBoy logo there as well just a second ago. I like that. Did you see that? That looked like all the fans from like processors in your computer. So yeah, very much you can wander around and do loads of cool stuff. I'm sure it will develop as time goes on, but it's an incredible opportunity for companies and brands to be doing some massive, gigantic advertising opportunities. I can imagine so many brands that aren't even, possibly knowing what crypto or metaverse is, just hearing about it and going, oh, right, we need a piece of this. Because this whole Bloktopia looks into things like, of course, real estate. NFTs is a big aspect of that, of course, and that's how Elrond sort of jumps in as well, because of its processing power, transactional efficiency and cost, etc. I think that's one of the big parts of Elrond being there, as well as just looking pretty, obviously. But look at that KuCoin. Imagine just like wandering around this thing. It's like Ready Player One, like the beginning of this, isn't it? It's like, I need some cash. I'm going to go to the KuCoin bank. Off we go. Walk in there, get your coins, and off you go again. I think it's going to have an absolutely fantastic, building aspect to this Bloktopia. Of course, it's probably just the beginning of where we're going with the metaverse. Of course, we've got things like Decentraland, Sandbox, all those games up and running already. You've got the aspects of what Trius are doing in the Triaverse, and there's a multitude, isn't there? We cover network, the beginning, all the foundational blocks, being able to customize and create your own lands and worlds using NFTs, buying, selling, tokens, etc. Incredible. So it's a really cool thing to wrap up sort of a few bits of news for Elrond before we jump into the chart, but I think it's worth checking out. We'll probably do a video on Bloktopia separately to this, but yeah, it's quite a nice little article to read from Elrond on here. You can read it in your own time, but it's very much around their application to the game, why they're doing it and everything like that. So it's really cool. Have a little read on the Elrond website, or via their social media. You can go into the link there as well. So an anchor tenant. So I don't know how much they've paid to be in there or have that area, but very interesting indeed. But guys, hopefully you've enjoyed those little updates. Let's go into the chart. So guys, if you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. But make sure, if you are liking the content, that you smash that like button and that subscribe button as well, to make sure you get notified of all the videos we have coming away in the future. Let's dive straight into the chart, guys. So this is fantastic. Just to reiterate, look at that move. So from the 20th of June, we've had 535% gains here in Elrond's movement in this chart. It's absolutely phenomenal. I just want to reiterate as well, so I was sort of purchasing EGLD around that $25 mark. Let us know in the comments below what you were purchasing Elrond for. I just want to reiterate, I think back literally a year ago, it was the opening was $8. Incredible. What an absolutely outstanding move in 1 year this project has had. And you know what, guys, we're not even close to finishing, in my opinion. We've had obviously the previous all-time high at $303, so we've got a bit of movement to go yet on that aspect, but let's just pull back into the macro level here a second while I'm messing about with these stupid zoom bits. There we go. So guys, was it the 17th of September? Let's just have a quick check. 14th of September, sorry. So that was when we hit the 303. If you see today, we've been trying our efforts to get back up there. We had a close of 298, or the highest point, it was 298.5. So this 290 mark we see here on the right hand side is as of recording, of course. I do anticipate that we are trying to get that 290 as a support level, and if we get a close today and over the next 2-3 days, I truly believe like the momentum that's kicking in quite recently of Elrond will take us beyond that 303, and even maybe push us to another level. So I've just drawn in this other area here. So conveniently, I was just literally matching up these two areas from here to here. 210 is roughly around the area that we'll probably see some potential resistance as we approach that. So I do anticipate, where I've drawn this ridiculous blue line here, between that 303 mark and 310, I do anticipate that we'll probably get some very nice little volatility areas. Not in volatile as in like it's manipulated or anything like that. It's just what I believe is we'll get through that 308. We'll probably surpass the 305, and we'll really start pushing towards that 310. And I think that's just generally the the actual momentum of Elrond. I mean, look at this. So we're currently in a phase of the volume kicking in. The MACD here is widening by the day. The RSI right just here on this little green part, I'll just move this up slightly so you can see it a bit clearer. So as you can see, we're floating around. I think it's around 68 at the moment. Plenty of room in the tank, in my opinion, for this one still. I think once we get past that 70 mark and into towards the 80 mark, that's where we're going to probably start floating around that $310 mark. And look at the indicators on the right hand side here. 26% up on the week, year to date 1,000. And just to confirm, when we're talking about that $8, 3,277% gains on EGLD in 1 year. That is incredible, and congratulations to those that were in earlier than I was, than earlier Steve was, and congratulations in general. Let us know when you got into EGLD, and if you, even if it was higher, I don't care. If you got into EGLD at $200, you're still up, right? That's the main thing. There's no right or wrong here. I think there's going to be massive moves. I know a lot of people were talking on a lot of different channels about $1,000 price point and this, that, and the other earlier in the year. And I think that is definitely possible. I mean, in our minds, we've got that sort of 740, 750 mark in our heads. But let's get to the 350 mark first, and then we'll perhaps reassess that and see where we generally think that's going to go. But it's definitely possible. The magnitude of this project, the blockchain itself, and all the things we talk about in the past of Elrond it's just incredible. And it's only just the beginning of this blockchain. Like, it's going to do so much good in this world. It's going to do so much good for every other project and anything else that it wants to integrate with. There's loads going for it, and we're so early, in my opinion. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic run these next few months, in my opinion. But let us know what you think the price will be at the end of the year for Elrond. Really interested to know. But yeah, I mean, as the chart goes, guys, like I said, it's very much trying to get the close in the next few hours of that 290 mark and confirm that. I mean, yesterday we had the high of 295, and we actually closed on 283. So if we can close over 290, I generally believe in the next few days or even into next week, we may push over that all-time high and start accelerating ourselves to the 310. And actually, if you look just at the last few weeks, you've had this very nice sort of stepping stone approach. So we'll probably get just over that 303, have a bit of, not necessarily a massive correction, but a bit of sustainability around that area, and then a push up to the 310 quite quickly. I'm not saying that we'll moonshot up to perhaps the next levels of like 330, 350, but that's certainly on the cards, I feel. Maybe even towards the end of November, maybe into December. We'll have to see how that goes, but let us know what you think. But in general, I'm super positive and super happy with Elrond's performance this year. I think there's so much more to come, and we're sort of edging our way towards that sort of middle trend that we drew of the previous channel here. We're going to have a nice stepping approach up, I think. So guys, we'll monitor over the next few days. Anything critical happens, we'll jump on a video. We'll try and do Elrond a bit more frequently. There's so many videos and so many projects to get through, but hopefully you'll stick with us on the Elrond. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one, and hopefully we'll see Elrond above that all-time high in the next few days, or certainly next week. Let's see how it goes. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys. Bye bye.